Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video on this channel with me today on F124. So we're here for race 2 at Shanghai International Circuit in China for race 2 of the season in ANL for season 7. So coming into this I was feeling okay and should be okay around this circuit. Well, compared to what happened last week in Spain for the first race of the season. If you haven't seen my first round yet, make sure you check that out before you watch this round, what I'm doing right now. The link's in the description if you want to check it out. The Spain video I did from last week, the first round of the season. So I'm not going to spoil it what happened. I'll let you guys watch it and see what happened. And if you haven't seen it yet, so I'm not going to spoil it, but it's there if you want to watch it anytime you want. It's in the description. At Spain, first round of the season. So if you haven't seen it yet, before you watch this round. So yeah, so I was feeling okay after the first round. I could have got... I mean, I was P6 on the road, and then I had a 3-second penalty, and then the 10-second penalty from Legend, where his name... Well, I think that's his name. Had a 10-second penalty where the safety car came out, and then he didn't... There was, like, no contact when that happened, so I watched on his board afterwards. Yeah, so the penalty got removed. So that puts me into P8 instead of P7 in the standings right now. So I'm kind of P8 in the standings right now after the first race. So not kind of. I thought I had an okay start, but turns out it wasn't how it happened. But we move on from there. So we move on to China for race 2, and that's where we are right now. So what I'm doing right now is short quali in the background. So just doing my first run. You saw there. So that was my first run. And now I'm on to my second run. I think I made a mistake going out a bit too early. I should have waited for another 2 minutes. But it's what it is, so I'm not fussed about it. So I'll just decided to get the lap in and make sure there's no... Sometimes there is like a queue trying to get your last lap in before the timer runs out, so that's why I decided to go out a bit earlier than I normally would. I normally wait for like 2 minutes and then go out at the wait till I need to. So for this lap, I'm only a few thousands up, but I'm not gaining as I need to. So I did make a mistake at turn 7. I think I turned a little bit too early there on the curve there, so that's a curve you need to avoid in quali and also the race as well, because you do catch out sometimes through there. And also turn 1 as well. It's turn 1 and 7 you need to avoid the curves around this circuit, because you do get catch out, so because you go into a spin and all that, and also lose a moment there. But as we're on to the back straight now, I managed to gain a 10th down towards the hairpin right now. Make sure I get this braking right. Luckily I got it bang on. Get a good exit as much as I can. I am still a 10th up. It's not bad at all. Through the last corner right now, using DOS and overtake EOS mode up towards the 9. And that puts me P9. So I was P6 on my first lap. They will drop down to P10. And then I'm still P10 by the end of the session in quali. So yeah, not the best quali lap, but at least I'm still top 10. So I'm okay with that. So luckily it's no Q2 and all that. So thank God it was short quali. So as we move on to the race now, I decided to start on the medium tyres compared to the hard runners at the front, including Legend, who's behind me, who's on mediums, and Strocco, who's on hards. And I think Ranger and Otis F1 are starting on mediums as well, so they're on the same strategy as me, while all the others in the top 10 are starting on hards. So yeah, so race underway. Side couldn't get past Thomas on down towards turn 1, so I had to back out of that. They got this guy who made a mistake, double 22, whatever his name is. He made a mistake there on the exit of turn 4, so that's another place I gained. So not too bad. So decided to get past Thomas before turn 7. Luckily I used the overtake button there to get past him, so luckily he backed out of it, and that puts me to P8. Time I got to turn in the middle sector. Through turn 9 right now. into turn 10. He made a mistake there. I managed to get a good exit. Decided not to go for it. I decided to back out of it. And then he went a bit deep. And I managed to get the corner nicely. And then trying to use the exit of the long right-hander onto the back straight. Using the toe to give me more speed down towards the back straight. And then using a bit of overtake just to get past him. Put it into none straight away to save ERS. And that is P7. Time I got to the hairpin. And then, yeah, I managed to gain 3 places. That's not too bad on the first snap. So, because I started on mediums compared to the hard runners. So, yeah, not too bad. So, into P7. So, I'm quite happy with that. How it is. So, now, we've got Nation Run in front of me. Who's on the hard tyres. He's saving his battery at the moment through here. So, that's what I'm doing right now. And then he's using it on the exit of turn 4, using hot nap and medium weather on the OS mode. So I decided well, he nearly made a mistake there at turn 6, so lucky he didn't crash in, lucky he didn't no damage there. I was quite happy with how it is. Lucky I didn't make a mistake there, because that would be contact at turn 6. So not too bad. I managed to clear away from the train behind me. Luckily, I'm not in that train behind me for P8, I think it was. So as we move on to a lap later, I managed to clear away from the rest of the field behind me. As come towards the hairpin, little bit of a tap there, but luckily there was no damage, and so luckily there's no, luckily he didn't spun around. So I decided to follow these guys for a bit. Well, I could have got past the Nation on this snap, but I decided to back out of it and try not to be too risky, because if I do it, it'll be a mistake and I should have done that in the first place, but luckily I didn't. Just trying to follow these guys, see what they're up to. I mean, the first 3 are gone. I mean, they're not that far behind, so this is kind of battle P4 right now at this stage. So I'm just trying to stay in this train of P4, see what I can do from there. And then I've got a massive gap from P8 where I am, like 2 seconds now, from that train where the others are. Kind of on the, I think some of those guys were on mediums, and Strocco and my teammate is on hards right now. I think they're the only 2 on hards and outside the top 10. Then all the others went on for mediums. I don't know, maybe try and do a different strategy, I don't know, something like that. So yeah, I'm doing okay so far. Just trying to follow the first 3 cars up ahead of me and see what they're up to. I'm surprised they haven't even crashed yet, so normally it'd be crashed by now, but I think maybe they're trying to play it safe first. My tyres are okay at this stage. I was quite surprised they last a little bit longer than when I did in practice. I thought they last about 10. I thought they last about 11 laps or something, or 10 laps or something. But it lasts about maybe longer than that, and I wasn't expecting. So yeah, so I decided I didn't go on the hards, because if I did start on the hards, I don't know, I might lose maybe a further down the field on this train. So maybe ahead of maybe P7, but maybe a little bit down, a little bit further. But it might not make a difference, but I might be. I think I made the right decision to start on mediums, but I'm not sure. But it's kind of a different strategy game. So I thought I'd go for the gamble. I didn't go for the gamble. I thought I'd go for something different strategy-wise instead of the hards, and see what I can do from there. As we move on to lap 6 now, down towards the back straight. Still in the DRS zone, so I'm kind of okay with that. So as long as I'm in the DRS zone, I should be fine. And that pulls me along. So there's 3 wide, almost 3 wide at that hairpin. So it's 3 wide on the exit of the corner. So I thought, okay, that gave me a chance to back in this train a little bit. A little bump there on the exit, but on the corner there, but that's the corner you need to avoid on the inside, because you go wide and get track limits from there. And then it's kind of too wide through the first two corners there. Luckily, the FOR managed to hold on for P4 there, while Nation got past King James there on lap 6 or 7 right now. So yeah, so I'm just seeing what these three are up to. Of course, those three are batting for P4 right now, while the first three are trying to run away in that. Seeing what they're doing, and I'm seeing my battery at the time while I'm in this train. That's what I'm doing right now, through the middle sector, and a little bit in the first sector as well. And then I'm using hot lap on the exit, trying to stay in the DOS zone, and also saving a little bit of EOS through this corner, and of course this corner as well, but into hot lap on the exit of the corner, round the banking, using hot lap as much as I can, trying to stay in the DOS zone so they can pull me along. So, not too bad so far. And I'm catching him up, so I decided to go to the outside. He went for the inside. He nearly crashed into him. Luckily, I managed to get past him around the outside. So that puts me into P6. So as I come towards the exit of the last corner, I managed to get an okay exit with DOS. Using overtake, so I'm going to try and get past the Nation. As I come towards almost turn 1, I nearly crashed into the back of him. So I wasn't sure what he was doing there. I'm not sure he was doing a dummy move or something, or dummy offensive move. If he was trying to do there, but I nearly crashed into the back of him. Because I was going to the right, he went to the right at the last second. So I was like, okay, I'm not sure what he was trying to do there, but lucky I didn't get damage for that, because that would have ruined my race there. So yeah, so I decided to back out of that and see what he's doing, see what he's up to, and see what these two are doing right now. So I'm just trying to stay in the DRS zone, and I made it alright till lap 9, a lap later, so I'm still in the DRS zone, and King James has he has DRS as well, so I decided not to fight that much, because he's a little bit faster than me, so I decided not to fight that much, so I decided to let him through, and he's on the hard tyres, so I thought there's no point fighting, so I decided to let him through, like I did at Spain, where those guys are much faster than me. Well, I was on the same strategy as those guys in the first race, but those guys are like, I don't know, I say a little bit faster than me. But this one, compared to hards and mediums, mediums is definitely faster, but the hards last longer than mediums. So I didn't fight that much when James got past me, but I didn't fight that much on lap 9 and 10. So I decided to come in the pits on lap 10, because Otis is coming in at the same lap as me, because he's on mediums as well, and Rangers stayed out for another lap or something. So I decided to come in this lap, same as Otis, because we started on mediums. So let's make sure I get a purple pit stop, very nicely. Not bad at all, very nicely at all. And that is a good pit stop, right there. So not too bad. So me and Otis decided to go onto the hard tyres, because we're on the same strategy. So now we gotta try and... So now we can do... Well, we got the undercut. So undercut should work around this track, so we should be alright a little bit. So now I'm in P16. Well, at the moment. As come towards the hairpin, I managed to get past this guy who's on mediums. So his means should be worn by now. And then I managed to... Well, I made a mistake on the exit of the corner. So lucky I didn't get a warning. Thank God I didn't get a warning for that, because that would have been my first warning. And I decided to get past this guy, who's on hards. And I managed to get down the inside at turn 1, so that's very nice. That was a nice move there, down towards the inside. So that was really nice at turn 1. So yeah, so I'm just trying to follow Otis and see what happens. And I managed to gain him slightly on Otis. Not sure he's making mistakes there, or he doesn't have the pace. But I know he's got pace, but I thought if I follow him, because I know he has pace, and I'll be alright. So, like he was at Spain, but he'd keep making mistakes on these occasions on that round. So it's been similar to this round, so I'm not doing too bad. So I'm in the DRS zone, so that's nice. So more speed down the straight with DRS and all that. Through here nicely, just trying to get good access much as I can through the banking at turn 13. I mean, I'm not trying to go for the overtake because that will just cost us time. And I decided to save EOS a little bit down the back straight. And then come towards the hairpin. Decided not to go for it. And then he made a mistake there. I managed to get down the inside. Well, he had a good exit as well, so decided to back out of that. Now I've got DRS on this straight, using hot lap. So I decided to get past Otis at turn 1, round the outside, before turn 1. So very nicely. So managed to get past Otis there. Very nicely there. So Ranger just came in on that 12, the end of that 12, and for the hard tyres, 2 laps later than me and Otis did. He's on the same strategy as me, but he just pitted 2 laps later and he's just done the overcut on us. So I was like, how's that happened then? I thought the undercut might be alright, but it turns out the overcut, I don't know, maybe I'm not sure what happened there, but I thought the undercut might make a difference, but Ranger managed to do the overcut on me and Otis, so I don't know how he did that. I mean, fair play to him though, so he did really well this round. As come towards the exit of turn 4, he made a mistake there right in front of me, so luckily he didn't took me out. I thought that was a safety car at that point, or a virtual or something, but it turns out it wasn't. I thought it was a virtual for a second, but it turns out it's not. So nothing on that, so we move on from there. So yeah, but that puts me in the top 10 now, and because some of the guys who've ahead of me I haven't pitted yet, apart from Ranger and I think it was Ranger and that was it. Who was on medium, so if he carried on a bit longer, like I was in Spain, like he did the same strategy as me, but if he carried on a bit longer, he would have lost a little bit of time, and also maybe lost the overcut and that. So the Kingsman who's leading the race decided to pit in on this lap, same as King James, decided to pit on this lap at the end of lap 15, going on to the medium tyres. So yeah, I think hards last about 15, 16 laps of the race, so I think mediums last about 12 laps around this circuit, so well, yeah, like that. So I managed to do King James and someone who pitted on that lap. Kingsman, who was leading the race, but he's right behind me now. Well, I mean right on his tail now. So I managed to undercut the leader a little bit, but I was still not enough to do the undercut. But I was just like, okay, I'm not sure what's going on, but I thought the undercut might work, but I'm not sure how it happened. But yeah, so he's trying to get past Strocco, who's on worn hards right now, compared to mine hards, because they've been on since lap 11. 5 laps now I've been on these tyres, while he's been on the hards since the beginning of the race. So coming towards, still in the DRS zone from Strocco. He hasn't pitted yet in this race. So just trying to get past Strocco before the hairpin. That is kind of what I'm doing right now. So I started to use the toe a little bit, hot lap, save a bit of DRS, but before I get to the DRS zone, right now, decided to use it after the DRS zone. Use it a little bit, turn it into none, trying to save EOS a little bit. Managed to get past Strocco before turn 14. And that puts me into P5 of the race. So into the top 5 now. I think Nation and FLO haven't pitted yet. So those two are pitting right now for the mediums. So they decided to do a lap later on the normal strategy. So that puts me into top 3 of the race. But those 3 are on mediums, so they're going to got more grip than my hard tyres. at the end on their second stint. So not too bad. Let's move on to lap 19 right now, 2 laps later. Yeah, so I'm just kind of keeping up with the first two, because those two are gone for a few seconds now. So we've got King James right behind me on fresh mediums compared to my worn hards. My hards are not too bad at this stage, it's just... But he's just a little bit... He just had DRS and he's got more grip than my hard tyres and all that. So I did go defensive a little bit, but there was nothing I could do about it. So compared to my worn hards, but my hards are not doing too bad. It's just I just don't have the pace on the hards compared to the mediums. It's because they're on hards and then I started on mediums, so that's why it's so different compared to now at the beginning of the race. So yeah, FO's tried to get past me down towards turn 1, and that later decided to go to the inside, go defensive, and he managed to go around the outside of turn 1, so fair play to him. He managed to do a really good move around the outside at turn 1, so I was like, fair enough. So he got me there. Then he got Nation on my tail. He decided to go... Well, he got past me at turn 6, then he nearly crashed into him, but luckily those two didn't get contact. But luckily it was a scrape a little bit. Decided to get past him again at turn 7, trying to avoid the inside. Luckily there was space this time around. So yeah, so those three who just went past me, including James as well in the Sauber, yeah, they got more grip than my tyres. And a little bit different for this one, because if you look at on the Nitties right now, we're not using real life Nitties right now. Like, I'm using the Williams Nitty, and then like Nation's using, well, kind of an AlphaTauri vibes, and also FRO is using the Aston Martin Nitty because he's in the Aston Martin. The Nitties are a little bit different for this round because the equal performance is not the same. So we are using equal performance multiplayer cars for this round, because that's why it's different for this round compared to the first round, because the real life realistic real life Nitties for this game is just, it's not the same as, it's not equal in the real life Nitties like that. So it's not the same. It's not the same equal performance. So that's why we're using multiplayer World F1 cars for this round to make it equal. So because we're using real life Nitties like we did in Spain, it wasn't kind of equal in the game at the moment. So we're using multiplayer Nitties for this weekend, because it's even and equal on the performance wise. So yeah, so I'm still in the Williams, so that's why my car is a little bit different compared to the Williams. So it's still blue, so like it's like Ranger who's red, he's in the Ferrari. You got Kingsman who's in the McLaren, that makes it orange, and you got FLO who's in the Aston Martin, that's dark green. So that's why it's so different, this one. So we had to change colours a little bit and to make it like it in real life, in Liberty wise, like the teams, like mine's Williams and all that. So yeah, so as we move on, well, we made it to the final lap of the race now, and I was kind of by myself for the last 7 laps of the race. So when those three got past me, so I just don't have the pace on the hards. But yeah, so I'm not sure I had the wrong strategy to start off with, but I think I thought I'd do something different. In case there's a safety car on lap 10, but I don't know, it didn't happen. So, or even later on in the race, like that, but it turns out it didn't happen. There's no safety car. So yeah, so Kingsman's won the race, so fair play to him. And Ranger did really well this round, so fair play to him actually, finishing 4th there, or top 3. But he's 4th because of the 3-second penalty. So I finished P6, so not too bad on the strategy wise. starting on the medium tyres and all that. So not too bad where I started. So yeah, so I'll take P6. I could have got top 3 if it wasn't for if I had good pace and all that. But I'll take it though. But it's not too bad. And then you got the others like top 10 and then all the others as well. Rest down the field. So yeah, so that's from me today. So make sure you like, subscribe to the channel. That appreciate a lot. That gave me support and all that. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you are new to the channel, that appreciate a lot as well. So yeah, so that is round 2 at China. Make sure you have a nice day. Enjoy your day. Have a nice weekend. I appreciate a lot where you are around the world. And I'll see you guys next time. See you around. Have a nice day. I'll see you next guys on F124. Have a nice day and see you there.